Well, two things are important and they play a key role in this election in Turkey. On the one hand, we have an economic crisis going on since 2018, when Turkey had a referendum in 2017 and moved to a presidential system, which has strengthened the powers of the president. So half of the population, 51%, approved this move. But after nearly 5 years, we realized that separation of powers is undermined. The judiciary is politicized. The parliament is weaker. Instead, the authoritarian practices prevail and institutions are damaged. But we all know that checks and balances play an important role in a functioning democracy. On the other hand, the earthquakes, the two earthquakes that happened in early February this year, is playing an important role in this election, because more than 50,000 people died, and this is the official number. Experts are expecting more death. Unfortunately, countless families are homeless. They live in tents and student dormitories. And just to understand the hugeness of this earthquake, the World Bank estimates that the quake caused $34 billion in physical damage in Turkey, which is roughly 4% of the country's GDP. And this basically shows how tremendous this incident was and is. It's important to highlight that infrastructure and development have been the main selling points of Erdogan's ruling Justice and Development Party to his constituencies for the last 20 years. But this deadly construction boom is rooted in nepotism. So we have death and destruction on the one hand, and no single resignation on the other. So before this earthquake, economic crisis and the migration issue was in the forefront. Now it's basically mainly focusing on the economic crisis and the earthquake.